Well, that was fun. Hello. What's going on? So I was in this house. Welcome to another episode of I was in this house, service and sales tales. I am really excited because it's been a couple of weeks anyway since I went live. A couple other podcasts. Actually, no, I did go live last week at AHR, but it's kind of like mine, kind of not my podcast. Kind of was, kind of wasn't. Got back from AHR and the HVAC Tactical Awards. Was actually super cool. Had a lot of fun. Learned a lot. Met a lot of people. Had some good experiences. I definitely wanted to share this with you guys, and I was maybe going to wait a little while. It doesn't matter. Some of you will check this out later anyway. But I have a very, very cool, like people kind of came out through the woodwork and decided to go like kind of halvesies with me on this. But I've got a very, very cool giveaway that's going to happen. And I'm going to actually show everybody. And then when I give it away, I'll make a separate post. It'll be a tiny little post and it'll be to a very deserving person. And I did this last year and I was very lucky enough to get a couple of these giveaways. And I was able actually to give it away to a couple of veterans. So I have like a souped up a Vito bag. It's got all the trimmings. This thing is like absolutely super cool. It's heavy, it's durable, it'll last you years and years. I will be giving that away. In addition to that, my sponsor, Cooper and Hunter, is actually ponying up some stuff too. So they're going to send me some stuff and we're going to do that. And I'm really, really excited about that. So the individual that I have today is, let me just bring her on here. What's up, Megan?
Hey.
What's going on? Living the dream.
Yeah.
Living the dream. So Megan and I watched her accept an award.
You did.
In Las Vegas. And it was really cool. And I found out a little bit about Megan and her journey, and it was a very interesting path. So very sort of unexpected, but when you fall in love with something and you really enjoy something, it is what it is. That's what happens. So for those people who do not know who you are, who are you? Why are you on this? Why are you on this podcast?
I'm Megan McIntosh. I co-own and operate Mechanical Environments. We're a commercial HVAC contractor in Denver, Colorado, and we specifically service the cannabis industry out here. So we're kind of niched in and do some different stuff than your average person, but yeah.
You know, it's so funny you say that because I was there at an event that FTL Financing held an event, and I saw these guys everywhere, and on the back of their shirts, it said the Grow Father on them. I don't know if you saw them or not. Yeah.
No, I didn't, but I assume they were one of the first to help fund cannabis projects.
Yeah. So they do this in Southern California, I guess. And so anyway, I did like a street interview with one of these guys, and I did I was on this, I don't know, I was in this grow house, and I didn't realize, because I'm in Texas, not that it matters, but like I had no idea how big of a big of a business like this is, like the fact that you're working in grow house. Can you just go into that a little bit? Like, did that happen immediately? Was it like you opened a business or you started a business and then all of a sudden now you're doing grow houses? Like, how does that work?
So my journey started in sales distribution. So I started completely green in HVAC, got hired by a local distributor here in town, Geary Pacific Supply. They're kind of a West Coast dealer, so some of you guys might have them in your territories. But I started as a territory sales manager. So I worked with contractors, and one of the contractors that I worked with did a lot of grow houses. So I would go with him on job sites, sell new controls with him, he brought the bullshit, I brought the facts, basically. So we did some really good sales together, though. So after about 2 years of being on the distribution side, he had tried to hire me several times over the years, but he brought me an offer that I couldn't really say no to. So I went to work with him originally on the contractor side. The plan was just to do sales and operations for the company. Day one, I was in the field fixing stuff because, had some 30-year-old veteran techs that couldn't program a thermostat, some basic stuff. And so they were building nationwide facilities, and we had these projects all over the country, which I don't know if anybody's tried to take tools across state lines and what that's like, but that's not the easiest thing to do. Like, you're never going to be better than the local guy with per diems and hotels and all that jazz. So basically, I had the lovely privilege of getting a bunch of products that were severely undersold built. So after my second week there, I uncovered a little bit of, embezzling, and I went to work for was then gone, which I was like, God, I feel like the smartest person here now, which is really unfortunate. So I called Matt, who was one of my contractors that I worked with. He was the smartest guy I knew. And he also knew cannabis because he got into HVAC because he was growing once upon a time. So it's full circle for him.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt you. So this is kind of so I went live on TikTok, by the way. If you just accept the invite that I sent you, and there's like people.
Oh, is it?
There's like people in there asking for you. Yeah, it's not a big deal. But anyway, you can.
I don't know how to do social media side of things, so let me get in there and find it.
Wow, and you're rather young to say that you don't know social media. That's actually pretty cool. You work with your hand. You were up against some stout competition too for this whole nomination thing, which was pretty interesting. So and just a point, like Commercial Kitchen Chronicles is in the chat. And
that's my boy Pat.
Yeah. So what's so interesting is that I did these like street interviews there where like these like 45 seconds, like, so I was in this house. So I was in this house. So whatever.
Yeah.
I was on this rooftop. And one of the stories that was told, and I did not know this, one of the stories that was told was about a guy who's on a rooftop. It was HVAC Ashley from Viper. And she said that they told the story about this guy that like lost part of his vision because the chemicals blew in the wind on a rooftop, and it turns out that it's Commercial Kitchen Chronicle guy.
It's Pat.
I had no idea. That's absolutely So 702 HVAC guy 7 said that was a great award show. I'm glad I went and met these inspiring techs. Yeah, it's a great community, and HVAC Tactical has done a really good idea. Just so there's sort of more people here. I'm doing a major giveaway of the Vito bag for HVAC Tactical. Awesome Vito bag. It's heavy. It's awesome. I'm going to give it away. I'm going to have you guys nominate people, and the best nomination is going to win. Last year went to a couple veterans. It just worked out that way, and it went a long way. It meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to them, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, I digress. Megan McIntosh, go ahead.
You're good. So I tried to get on TikTok. I don't know if you have to.
No, I got you. You're
okay,
live.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I don't know. Again. Anyways.
Are we on the interwebs?
On all aspects. So I don't know what was I saying?
Where were you? You were telling us how special everything you are and how great you are and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, not at all. But so I brought Matt on to help me run this company that, we had all these open projects that other people had sold that we needed to get done.
Right.
So after a year of working for that company, because it was a GC who tried to have all the trades and a little in over his head.
Right.
After a year of finishing the big projects, while we also had built an in-town service team, was basically like, I'm going to go back to framing walls. This is way harder and more expensive than I expected. I'm like, yeah, HVAC is not cheap by any means. So it was like, okay, do we go back to what we were doing before this, or do we just, continue with the business we've already built? Because we basically built a company on somebody else's dime for a year and continue just, doing service work in town. So we started Mechanical Environments, and that was almost 4 years ago. So Matt and I have been doing cannabis only
and it's just
over 5.
And it's just the two of you that are working together?
Yep, it's just the two of us. So quality control is pretty paramount.
Do you guys have to hire like other people, like subs and like, hired guns to like help you with projects and whatnot?
So we are like 99% service. So if you if we're doing an install, it's because you needed it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, and I've heard a lot about this now. I mean, the humidity conditions have to be just perfect. Right. I mean, so can you like go into that a little bit? I'm really curious as to like what does the climate sort of need to look like? Like what's the perfect, you know what I mean? What does that look like? But for dummies though, not for people that like
Yeah, no. So
yeah.
you have to consider that Colorado is one of the OG markets, right? So these guys all took their basement grow and put it on a commercial level. That being said, a lot of these buildings are old, like strip warehouses that might have like 7 units to them, or like an old mechanical shop, where you can still see where they can hoist out an engine block, stuff like that. Buildings that they shouldn't be in. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So most indoor agricultural is a building inside of a building. So they have all these little cut up rooms. If they were doing it right, and in the way most of them are being built today, it's basically built with like refrigeration panel walls to where you can really seal it up and keep the temperatures and humidities you want for that space. What we see is drywall, poor insulation, if any, and they're just winging it with a lot of facilities are like 5-ton residential splits for days because that's what they did in their basement. It worked just fine. Let's just do it on a bigger scale. I mean, we have facilities with chillers. We've seen some VRV, VRF, commercial package. We got some with specific built reheat and that kind of stuff. But a lot of them, like the 5-ton splits, just because you can get away with code requirements where you don't really need smoke detectors necessarily, depending on how you interpret the code. The parts are on the shelf. Any truck in a truck can come fix a 5-ton split because they do residential all day. So strip warehouses with rooms inside of them that are all trying to be controlled at different temperatures and humidities. So the cannabis life cycle is typically about 8 weeks for flower, 2 weeks for veg. So about 10 weeks overall ish.
From what to what? You said not from seed.
No, they don't pop seeds. They take clones. So they'll take cuttings.
Right.
So, and then they'll move them in. So
I could never understand that. Like how you could like cut a plant and then like plant that cut and then like there's a good chance it grows. And now they've got it down to like a science. Like I heard this story. This is like sort of this podcasty stuff where we're just going to have this conversation. I heard this story that coffee, there was these like monks or whoever, they like went on this expedition and they found this plant and they were like, oh my gosh, it smells so good, it has to be from the devil. And then they were like, no, it smells so good, it has to be from God. And then so they like were trying to get it back to Europe and they were on the ship and it basically got like raided or there was a storm or whatever it was, and like one clipping from one plant made it back and they were able to bring coffee to like Europe. I mean, not that it wouldn't have happened in the future, but the story behind it was absolutely bonkers. And so now I've seen these pictures of these grow houses. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Interestingly enough, and I don't know how controversial this is, but there's a lot of bars that are closing down. Have you heard this now? Like bars
because nobody drinks. The younger generations don't drink, they smoke.
Yeah, it's so crazy. The whole shift is like, I mean, it's literally bankrupting bars, and I'm not saying everywhere, but it's happening a whole lot. Nasty HVAC said, cannabis is a delicate flower. Yeah.
It is. It can be very delicate, but to what you were saying with the coffee scenario, tissue culture, it's a real thing. Like a lot of our facilities are making rooms to where they can refine their literal just cultures of these plants and make sure it's perfect. They can process it to where there's no disease in the plant anymore. They can keep it. They can grow it, pop seeds to have seeds to be able to sell then. But yeah, they take clippings and regrow it. But yeah, having tissue culture of the plant is a big thing these days.
So the ideal temperature that you have to keep it in there is roughly 78.
Every facility is different. So everyone has their magic sauce. Everyone's going to be different. Most bedrooms, think of it as like Miami, Florida. It's 80 in there a lot of time. 80 degrees, 80% humidity.
So you don't have to really be too good at air conditioning is what you're saying.
You do, though. So low ambient cooling is a huge deal with what we do. So whether it's 120 outside or -20, we're fixing ACs.
Are these all multi-staged air conditioning units? Like none of these?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Really?
I mean, cheap, basic, bottom tier, builder grade, single stage, single speed.
You don't have any growers that are like, no, I want like a slow, low, like I want to run this on low. I want like a low stage, 2-stage, variable speed unit.
No, even the people who have like chillers, it's what we like to refer to as a my first chiller, which a company called Cerna, who's here in Colorado, basically just white labeled a bunch of equipment without putting in better fan coils to where you could, stage stuff a little bit. Like they don't even have shut off valves.
You would think with the amount of money in the cannabis industry that they would actually buy better air conditioning units to take care of their little plants. Do you know what I mean?
So I would say probably most of the country is at this point, now that big money's coming in and they understand operations of how long equipment lasts and what it means to actually invest in your equipment.
Right.
Where again, these guys took their basement grows and put it on a commercial level here in Colorado. So it was how cheap and how quickly can we build it?
Sure.
We'll redo it in 3 years, which nobody ever redoes their facility.
If you build it, they will come.
Yes. If you build it, they will come.
Okay, so then tell me about like how you got started. So for those that really don't know and that are going to listen to this, there's a lot of audio listeners. And candidly, this is actually really good for me because and like my audience, because most of the podcasts that I've done and the guests that I've had are very heavy into the residential world, not so much on the commercial or even in your side. I mean, the cannabis grow, like who would have thought? But greenhouses, all that kind of really cool. So long story short, you started posting content, right? You started doing HVAC work. You love it so much. You fell in love with it. You started in sales, much like I did. And somehow you ended up just in the world. And then what? Like you were like, I want to have fun. And then I want to post these videos. Or you were like, tell me how that happened.
So, I mean, the content side of things really just came when I came to the contractor side. So it was more for like, hey, here's our company. We do this stuff. Here's more like tidbits. Like, don't forget to clean your condensate pumps because condensate drains are one of the biggest issues in cannabis.
Oh, you're giving tips to people that have. Okay.
Yeah, it was more like, I know I've done some posts to groups before, like, hey, friendly reminder to change your own filter at your house, stuff like that. Yeah. So it was more for like tips and helping and showcasing some stuff when we were under the other company.
Okay.
And then it kind of evolved a little bit more to where, because we photograph and video just about everything we do. We use company cam. We're heavy users of company cam.
Ah, that's so funny you say that because I got my company cam water bottle right here.
I haven't broken mine out. It's still in the box. But we do a lot of photo and video communication because a lot of our owners are out of state or they're not going to get on the roof with us, right? So if you can hear a compressor dying, that's full transparency. They understand like, oh, that is a real problem versus like broke unit fixed.
Right.
So a lot of what we're showcasing on social media is stuff we're taking anyways in the field for our customers, for transparency for them. Mm-hmm. Did I ever think I would be posting the way I am? No, not by any means.
How many times a week now? Do you have a cadence or just whenever you feel like
it?
No.
The more I post, the more I'm avoiding things I should be doing as a business owner. Like invoicing,
Yeah, like accounts receivable. Like getting paid for your work.
Yeah, either I had something really good that day that I want to share, or I'm just literally avoiding the things I should be doing sometimes.
Well, that's really interesting. And then when did it start to catch on where people just started to watch your HVAC, like tips videos?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest, because we focused mainly on Instagram in the beginning, but Instagram really doesn't like cannabis or the word cannabis or pictures of cannabis. So we would definitely be in like Instagram jail. I mean, TikTok's kind of the same. My posts that, have plants in the background, even though I don't say cannabis or anything.
Yeah.
We'll have like, 100 views versus something that doesn't have cannabis in the background.
That's really interesting. And so did it become sort of a business? Almost like, because I know sometimes when you start to post and you get, people who now want to endorse you and all this other stuff, did it ever become a business, or is it just like it's fun, it's good, and it got you recognition and that's pretty much it?
I've never treated it as a business besides marketing for my business. Because
Okay,
it's
yeah.
free. You can post for free.
Sure. Yeah, it's free.
We've gotten business off Instagram. We've gotten business off TikTok. ChatGPT has given out our name for customers now.
Well, you're
Like,
at the bottom level, right? So you're like you're at the grassroots. It's such a niche thing now. That's so cool
yeah.
that you're on there. I I really love this conversation. I want to continue it. I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Right, just so you guys, so I have a wonderful sponsor. I'm gonna throw it out there. Cooper and Hunter, they've been really great. Cooper and Hunter is throwing out actually a giveaway. So you guys are gonna tag away. I'll make a separate post, and they're gonna do a giveaway. And they sell air conditioning units, VRVs, VRFs, and there you go. Look, there it is.
Cooper and Hunter's new peak unit runs efficiently up to 19 SEER 2. With BTU capacity that ranges between 18 to 55,000 for indoor and outdoor units. Compared to a traditional gas furnace, Peak's revolutionary design is ready to step in without a hassle thanks to its adaptive multi-voltage. True high-performance hyper units provide a 100% heating output at negative 13 degrees. Looking inside the unit, the new M-Coil is highly efficient and provides a better airflow that reflects in a higher static pressure. Our Smart Kit is included, giving you access to control your device from the comfort of your phone. Peak stands for powerful, efficient, auto voltage detection, and quiet. To learn more, visit our website or talk to your local distributor. Cooper and Hunter, addicted to comfort.
Cool. Big shout out to Arthur and Katarina, everybody over there at Cooper and Hunter. Great. Yeah, by the way, really nice company cam bottle. And they're not my sponsor. By the way, I love their app. The way the company cam works, it's beautiful. So if you guys are in the industry, in the trades, check it out. Sam Houston actually says, like the Sam Houston, like Godfather of Texas, I would have built my cannabis system right, but I got high. I would have built my cannabis system, but I got high.
That's a fair statement there.
This is actually another one he says funny. He says, I'm guessing they build their pricing high. Oh, that's funny too. Funny guy. Okay, so you build the content and then so then when did you find out that you got nominated for the HVAC Tactical Award for Lady of the Trade, which is like Woman of the Year in HVAC? For those that, it sounds interesting, right? Lady of the Trade. Just like,
I know.
What do you do? I'm a lady of the trade.
I'm the lady of the trade.
Yeah, I'm a lady of the trade. Yeah.
So I was actually nominated last year as well.
You lost her.
I lost.
Rachel
Martin, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I told my competition, I was like, I'm good. I don't need to write a speech. I can drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so Ben, nominations are open from like spring to almost fallish.
Yeah.
So you can nominate whoever you want. And then Ben emails us.
They do podcast of the year too, by the way.
They do a podcast of the year.
I'm just saying they do it. They do it.
Gotta let your fans know when nominations are back open.
It's interesting, and I'm not to jump on you, but I was featured in one of the actual episodes. I have a 2-page spread in the HVAC Tactical in the last actual issue. Right, it was like talking about the story of why I started this and everything else. Really, it was like, so I was in this house, but I'm not really an HVAC. I do a lot. I'm heavy HVAC, but I have no problem bringing on like hoarder clean out specialists or like anybody that works inside of a house. Most of it's HVAC, but yeah. I like to branch out. I'm bringing in realtors pretty soon. I want to talk about realtors, what kind of experiences they have in people's houses. So Sam says congrats on your award. So anyway, so your award. So you were at home and you were sitting on your couch. And you got the nomination.
Well, I mean, it's an email, so whenever I would have seen it, it might have been next day.
That's awesome.
But yeah, basically Ben sends out saying you're nominated. You're not supposed to know what you're nominated for, but as a woman in the trade, it's pretty obvious what we're being nominated for. So last year, I didn't tell anybody I was nominated. Just because I don't know. I don't like to talk about myself in that way, you know.
Yeah.
This
who would
year,
wanna tell
however,
people- who would want to tell people I got nominated for a national award for my artistry in HVAC?
I don't want to feel like I have an ego. You know what I mean? Like,
Anyway,
I'm not that type of person. But
Hey,
this year,
I
Ben-
will tell everybody. I will literally go and tell everybody.
yeah.
Like everyone will know.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just not that person. So this year, though, Ben actually posted everybody who was nominated in the last HVAC Tactical magazine. Not the one that just came out at the Tactical Awards, but the one before with Brent and Kathleen on the cover.
Right.
So we were all listed there. I had people texting me like, "Oh, congratulations." And I was like, how do people know? Like, I didn't tell anybody.
Word
Like,
spreads.
it's been like 2 days, you know, because he
It's an
told
incestuous-
us.
It's an incestuous industry.
It very much is. It
Yeah.
very much is. I
Yeah.
mean, so I knew, like, I don't know, say on a Wednesday, and I think I was getting texts on Friday or Monday from people because the digital magazine was out. So that was interesting for all of that to be out and everybody know and all that before it all came out. But no, it was good. It is exciting to, you know, be at the parts house and open up the magazine and be like, oh, that's my name. And they're like, what?
So Brian on TikTok said, I was hoping to get Lady of the Trade, but I thought my beard would get in the way.
Is that Brian Sanders?
Yeah, it's just a dude named Brian. That's it. Yeah.
That's the Brian Sanders. Come on.
Yeah. So I'm getting introduced into a whole new world of people, because again, I spent so much time in the residential world here. And I was surprised to find out, like, Commercial Kitchen Chronicles had a podcast at AHR, and I was surprised to find out, like, wow, the incredibly popular podcast, really cool dude. I was listening to him for a little while. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's get into some stories. Most of this is on rooftops, right? Do you have any interesting grow house stories? Any weird stuff you've seen?
Oh, we've seen all kinds of weird stuff.
Ooh, tell me.
So I was in this cultivation facility.
Ooh, say that one more time. So I'm gonna snip it right here. So I was
in this cultivation facility. And I walk in the front door and it is literally raining inside the building. The dew point is so high that it is raining. So
cool.
In the wintertime here, because again, none of these buildings were meant to be grows. So with the high temperatures and high humidities, the lack of insulation in the buildings, and it being wintertime outside here in Colorado, the dew point is so high, it literally rains in some of these facilities.
So that's kind of okay though, right? Because it's okay or do they want to control all the moisture?
No, most people didn't spend any money or put in any thought to conditioning the common spaces like hallways. But when your dew point's so high, your structural integrity of your building is at risk.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So I've got a couple buildings with wooden roofs that I wouldn't be surprised if we see one collapse in the next year or so.
Oh, she gone.
Yeah. It's that bad because these places Colorado's been legal for like 13 years now, and nobody's dealt with these humidity issues in these buildings.
That would be so cool to walk into a building and for it to be so. Yeah, because I get it. Like, it's cold outside, right? Cold meets warm. It starts to sweat and condensate, and then the ceilings just start to like pour. I mean, it's science, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's just like a cold beer on a hot day. It's just the opposite.
That would be so cool to walk into a building and have it raining inside just from condensation alone.
Oh, it's so gross. It's so humid and the temperature's so high. But it is kind of interesting though, for like when there's a drop ceiling and then it's just like tinging on all the drop ceiling panels everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
And then you see like the yellow and brown spots like right above you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have some customers that will change out the panels and be like, we just changed those out. And I'm like, you didn't fix the problem. Like, Just because your drop ceiling tile's collapsing and you put a new one in doesn't change anything.
Jackie HVAC said just ew. I don't know. That was her comment on TikTok. Was just ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this too. It's really weird too because I don't no one can see your face on TikTok because you have your camera closed.
Yeah, I don't
and
even
then
know
like
how to do that.
everybody can see you on YouTube and on like Facebook, and then like I've got the Insta and the other screen over here. It's really weird because like to see different people from different like audiences and I can't unify them all in one spot for whatever reason through like StreamYard. It's I'm actually fascinated by how this is working. I have like little mad scientist stuff going. I smell organic growth outside of the product being cultivated. That's what Nasty HVACR says.
Yeah. Sometimes you can smell it, Nasty. Sometimes you can.
Yeah. What else? Any other interesting tales from these, you know, these buildings? Any weird stuff inside of them? Strange people, if you will?
I mean, there's always some characters for sure, but
Ooh.
I mean, so I was in this greenhouse, right? Up in the mountains, tiny little mountain town.
Ooh, tiny mountain town.
And it's an Alibaba greenhouse. So imagine just ordering a big greenhouse from like Temu, right? Just plastic panels, nothing fancy, no high cost structure. And they put about 45 tons of VRV in it. Yeah. Because that's an enclosed space, right?
Hold on. So explain to people that don't know what VRV, just because if they're not in HVAC, what a VRV system is.
Well, at the end of the day, it's still heating and cooling, right?
It's an air conditioning unit, right?
It's still an air conditioning unit. It's just a high dollar unit. But if you're why are you conditioning a greenhouse that has 0 R value to begin with?
Well, no, because I mean, aren't you guys I mean, if it's cold up there, aren't they supposed to keep it warmer and vice versa, right?
Well, that's the point of the greenhouse. It keeps the heat in because the sun comes out, heats up the greenhouse.
Yeah, but it's got to have, I mean, in the wintertime, it's still got to be pretty darn cold in there, right?
No, the VRF was more for air conditioning than anything because they only piped it as a 2-pipe. They didn't even do heat recovery on it. So they couldn't even get humidification out of it, nothing like that. But yeah, so if anybody knows anything about VRF, VRV, like those installs have to be pretty precise for the oil traps and everything. Because I think there was like 4 heads to each outdoor, maybe. But the Y branches, instead of them being installed horizontal, some manufacturers allow you to do vertical, are, you know, just curved with the slope of the greenhouse roof. That's just a big arch. And it was just a nightmare. Like the whole project done in soft copper too. So yeah, we've seen some like who sold this? Who did this?
Sam thinks it was Snoop Dogg or Mike Tyson. I don't know why. That's what he thinks.
I mean, they are both heavily involved. I mean, Mike Tyson does have his name tied to some dispensaries out here. I don't know if Snoop's got anything, but
variable reefer technology. Yeah.
You know, if they would have piped in that 3rd pipe. Yeah.
pretty wild. Hey, I've got a question for you, and this is maybe you have to go back into your like previous career days, but this is something that I ask on every single episode. You are no exception, even though you are exceptionally gifted at your craft and you didn't spend all your time in houses. But what is one, I traditionally like it to be a customer experience, but it doesn't have to be. It could be with a coworker in your field, right? Yeah. What is one experience you've had that shaped you, that lives with you, that everywhere you go, somehow you carry it with you? And I'll tell you, and I've said this a million times, like for me, it was like an 84-year-old woman that I met that like changed my life, my whole outlook on like what life should be. What is it? What is it, Megan Mago Mac?
Man, that's a tough one. I should have prepared for that one. I mean, I've just been so blessed in the HVAC world, again, coming from distribution, where I have so many manufacturer relationships. I got to work with so many wonderful contractors that when I say I was green, I was truly green. Like when I started, I had flashcards just for basic terms, so I didn't look like a complete idiot, right? But like so many people in my circle took the time to actually work with me, help educate. If I'd be like, hey, I don't know what that part is, do you have a couple minutes to talk about it? Can you send me a picture? Like I've been truly blessed with a lot of people.
Do you still have to overcome some sort of a dichotomy as a woman in HVAC, or is it because it's such a niche thing? Like they already know you go into the places you service these houses, these greenhouses and everything, and they know you, or do you still sometimes show up to the door and they're like, yeah, where's the actual tech?
So it's actually pretty funny. I feel like I had more pushback when I was on distribution. Like I had some contractors that I was a woman, I knew nothing, they weren't going to work with me. Fine, whatever. Go work with a different salesperson, right? Like I definitely had way more pushback on the distribution side. When I came to the contractor side, and I don't know if it's just because I'm niched in and I don't have to deal with the average Mrs. Jones, questioning my ability, but I show up every day and I fix shit. So I've never had shit from anybody on the contractor side of things, which is really nice. But also I think they're less intimidated. Like Matt and I get totally different interactions. They'll be like, hey, is it fixed? To Matt, cool. And then they'll come to me and be like, what was the problem? What actually happened? Because I'm not going to be over technical with them. I'm going to explain some basics of what happened,
Yeah.
So I get nothing compared to what I did on the distribution side. Like full respect from all my guys on the cultivation side of things. But I've also worked with a lot of these people for years now. So we service the same facilities over and over again because these facilities have like 200 pieces of equipment. I can show up to anybody at any given day and there's something broken.
Is that right?
Yeah. Usually I show up for one thing and there's 6 units to look at. So
what is your favorite part of what you do?
My favorite part? I mean, I always love to be able to say, I told you so. But I don't know. I would say job walks are one of my favorite. Like if I'm willing to take on a new cultivation, there's nothing I love more than I've already talked to them on the phone because I answer the phones too. And, like heard them out about their problems and talked to them about why, things like your trap depth on your dehumidifiers matter and, really built the trust there. But
yeah, you got to watch out for the trap depth.
Yeah. I mean, some of our traps need a solid 8 inches. So, but I love to walk in and see like a bunch of T8000s or a bunch of T10s on the walls, right? Because I know damn well that nobody programmed those backdoor settings.
Yeah, or like
especially if the controls are in the hallway.
A Mercury style one, the like the old.
It's not that bad.
The old round dial.
Because a lot of the times we'll have thermostats in the hallway with wireless sensors controlling the rooms. So I love to get in the back door like a T8000 and be like, hey, can I just look in the back door real fast? I won't change anything. I just want to look. And they'll be like, yeah, sure. And then I'm like, oh, you've been averaging your hallways for the last 10 years.
Sam asks, do they change filters monthly?
Ooh, filters. So Sam, I have some customers that still don't use filters. They don't believe on them. And it's very frustrating. So that means their coil becomes their filter. And I clean a lot of equipment. But we usually say harvest schedule. So again, a standard flower cycle is 8 weeks. So every 2 months. So anyone I'm changing filters for, I'm doing it every 2 months essentially. And then if my cultivators are changing their own filters, I have them trained to make it part of their SOPs. So we're going to harvest the room. We're going to clean the room. And before we reload, we're going to change the filters in the room.
And like, I have to say, like, have you ever done like taking the filters out and then brought them outside and then just so you could like smell what they smell like, so, cause you obviously get used to the smell in the room, right? I'm curious, like it has to like absolutely reek of like, there's no way around it, right?
I mean, I would say it's more microbial issues than actual like keef or reefer, whatever you want to call it in the filters. Like, we have some facilities that run humidifiers so hard that the calcium, because they're not changing their water quality filters, it's just a white powder that calcifies these filters in like 2 weeks time. And then your filters are clogged and now your units are freezing. So
that's crazy. Couple more. There's a couple more questions actually in the chat. I do have one more sponsor, My Method AI. By the way, if anybody gets stuck, like, and you like, let's say you're, it's your company, or you're stuck under, whatever, a sink at an air handler, you can't get to the phones. This company I partner with, they are freaking awesome. They will build you like you don't even know you're talking. You don't have no idea who you're talking to. It's
So I was in
you
this
would
house
never know
podcast is a
that this
proud
isn't a
partner
virtual
of My
agent.
Method AI. Does this sound like you? Not enough time in the day, under a sink, facing a furnace, losing customers because you can't get to the phone in time, too many estimates to follow up with, and not enough time to get to them? My Method AI has solved this problem with their specialized AI employees who will book the call, follow up on the estimate, chat, and answer the phone 24/7, 365. Some companies have even seen as much as a 100% revenue lift after implementing. Not all AI automation companies are the same. My Method AI builds hyper customized AI employees that are specifically tailored to your business with your processes, even down to the accent they speak in. So don't settle for an out of the box canned solution. Book a demo today to see if My Method AI is a good fit for you. Visit mymethod.ai/inthishouse. That's mymethod.ai/inthishouse. My Method AI. We handle the busy work so you can do the real work.
Yeah. Get a demo. Okay.
I wish something like that would work for me, but most of the phone calls I take are tech support phone calls for my cultivation.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what the funny part about it is? It wouldn't surprise me if he could actually program it to give them like basic answers. It's this guy. It's stupid how good his service is. Okay.
I'd be shocked. It's usually me telling, where a breaker is. Like, guys,
yeah,
you should know this in your own facilities by now.
there's this show called The IT Crowd. It was out like probably about 15 years ago or so. But anyway, it's on Netflix, I think now.
Okay.
And it's comedic genius. And so they're in the basement of a building and they're basically throwaways and everybody hates them. And it's a thankless job, right?
Yeah.
So they're sitting in the back and it's British and they answer the phone. Hello, it's IT. Have you tried turning it off and on?
And sometimes that's literally all it is.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but like, yeah, power cycle the unit, see if it clears whatever error code. We'll be out there tomorrow.
So we got Trey Schultz. Trey's an awesome technician in DFW area. He goes, what percentage of customers just want repair of basic equipment versus install the correct setup? And you kind of alluded to this before.
Yeah, so we didn't really get too deep into it, but the biggest issue is the amount of money the proper equipment cost up front. And no matter how many different ways I try to sell it to somebody, they never want to spend the money to do it right the first time.
Right.
So they're just installing literally the most basic equipment, which honestly, in our end, if you are, say, doing residential 5-ton splits, the dumber the better. Like, that way we can add whatever relays, do low ambient kits. We can manipulate it better than anything that has, an ECM motor or fancy control boards for their communicating system. So
Sam on Facebook asks, do the coils get slammed with pollen and smoke filter media? I don't know.
We're not smoking.
They're not. They're not. They're not smoking it there. Yeah.
We're not scraping coils. You're not. Trust me. You don't want anything that comes out of any of this equipment.
Trey on TikTok asks, couldn't they consider that a capital expense? Yeah, I'm sure it's a capital expense, but they have to also weigh out like repair versus replace versus whatever. And also we talked about it before. Now there's more money, I guess, coming into this space. So they're investing in some better systems, but
the new states coming online are doing it better than what we see here in Colorado. I mean, a couple of people did, spend several million and do a really nice chiller system and all that, but like it's very few and far between here. So
do you think that there's like going to be a lot more expansion in this field, or do you think it's kind of like at capacity right now?
Well, every new state coming online is a new opportunity. So like Minnesota's hot right now because, they're just coming online. Is there more?
Are you going to travel up there for work?
No, we don't. No. We'll consult out of state. Like, I helped a facility in New York recently, somebody in South Dakota recently. Like, we'll field phone calls and walk you through the bullshit of whatever contractor or engineer or consulting firm is trying to tell you. but we're not going to travel. Like, we don't have time. Like, that's the amount of money just to get us there is not worth it. Like, we can hop on a Zoom. We can look at your blueprints. We can help fix your shit over the phone. Like,
are you ready to get embarrassed now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what is your biggest mistake that you've made since you've been doing this? Can you remember?
I mean, everybody's let the smoke out of a contactor and stuff, but I don't think I've really, like, I haven't put a screw in a coil or anything like that yet. I've been fairly lucky thus far.
So what you're saying is you've been perfect, and you have no mistakes that you've done in the field that you can share with my loving audience here.
If we want to talk embarrassing
on 4 platforms,
we can talk, like, not mechanical embarrassing, but we can talk embarrassing. That's fine. Yeah. So I had this facility, right, that had a sinkhole in their parking lot and had a sinkhole for like a year or whatever. So the sinkhole was finally getting addressed, and then some piping work was getting dealt with, right? So nobody told me that the water to the building was shut off. So I get to the facility doing some work, and of course I had to take a shit. So there was no water though.
Yeah,
sorry,
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
This is why communication matters. Someone tell me the water's turned off.
Did you like go to the 7-Eleven and or did you go outside and try to turn the water on or what?
No, it was what it was. Somebody had already flushed the toilet, so the tank was already dry. There was nothing coming out of the sink. Like, sorry.
Good story.
Should have told me.
Leave it floating. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Sam has a real question.
Yeah.
Do you have to use PPE? Like, be careful what you touch, breathe. Have you felt the effects from being in the place? It's very interesting. Have you?
So should I wear more PPE? Absolutely. Anybody who runs high levels of ozone affects me a lot. So I can feel it. It burns my throat. I'll cough. I am slightly allergic to cannabis because depending on where they're at in the flower cycle, if I have to work in the plants, I will hive out. So I'm a little allergic, but Matt promises it happens to most people. So there have been facilities that we've gone and done work for and not returned. It's been so bad. Like, between pest management issues and, when it rains in the facility, that's usually indication of some real problems. But I deal with a lot of like the Florida slime drain monsters. I don't wear gloves. I just wash my hands. I'm smart about it to where I'm not, eating without washing my hands or touching my face or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
so you wash your hands, huh? That's cool.
A lot.
Yeah.
I'll take a mini bath depending on what I've done. Like I did it before I left a facility today because.
Yeah. So I'm curious. So when you go up there, you accept this award, you win the award. Really cool. Sounds like you're kind of humble. You're like, it's a cool thing. Whether it happened, didn't happen. Sounds like you're pretty comfortable in your own.
Well, I'm grateful either way. It's a huge honor just to be nominated, let alone actually win it. So
that's pretty cool. But were you surprised? Were you like, oh man, like I won this thing? That's pretty cool.
I mean, I kind of had a feeling I might this year, just being nominated 2 years in a row. That and Ben called me in the middle of the day once where I was like, this couldn't wait till after work. That's kind of suspicious, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely nerve-wracking. I had no idea there was 450 people there until Pat was packing bags that morning and came back and was like, oh yeah, we packed 450 bags. Like what?
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had that many people now coming to the tacticals because that was my 4th tactical awards.
Yes, I know. I said this twice before, but there's some people here. I'm just making a note of it in case they're not here later. I do have this amazing veto bag, and I will be doing a nomination giveaway. I want you to nominate somebody. I will put a post out there. You'll share it, and you'll nominate people. And I want to give it to the right person that actually deserves it, whether it's an apprentice or whoever. Last year, couple of veterans got it, just so happenstance, like those were the most deserving people, but I'm more than willing to give it to, a veteran, or I'm sorry, an apprentice or somebody who really needs it, or maybe somebody's stuff got stolen or whatever case may be.
But yeah, let me know who wins. I can send them out a shirt and some stickers too.
Shirt
So.
and stickers. Very cool. So I have a question. One other question here. Okay, so go back to you told me this story, and it was like you kind of like, because I think we kind of glossed over it, but you getting into this field, like if you're talking to other people out there, you're talking to women out there, whatever it is, right? You coming into this field, like what do you think like the big hurdle like to get over was? Like if you are a female, you're going into a male dominated trade, like now it's happening more and more, you're seeing more awareness of it, you're the lady of the trade winner. Is there anything you want to say to anybody about that, like, you know, overcoming that sort of that hump or whatever?
So you as the individual, you are your biggest hurdle. Like no one's stopping you but yourself at the end of the day. Like I got dragged into this by my cousin's husband, technically. Like I'm a girl from Ohio, never lived outside of Ohio. He begged me to come do sales for him. It took him 6 months to convince me to do it. And I did. You know, I was like, well, this opportunity isn't going away. Let's go. You know, what do I have to lose? Best decision I ever made. Did I ever expect to be in the trades? No. Did I ever expect to be in HVAC? Absolutely not. Did I ever expect to be working for the cannabis industry? Definitely not. So, I mean, you just have to not be afraid to try. Like, especially in my case, here in Colorado, the bar is set so low. I don't know what it's like for other states for the HVAC industry, but when I was doing sales and as I was learning more and more, you know, I would read manuals. I would try to stay up to date on everything. I'd ask all my manufacturer reps a million questions. You know, I was that person who we talked about a product for an hour and I called him back the next day with 10 more questions after I slept on it, you know, because I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I want to make sure I'm educating my contractors properly and how it works and, you know, how to fix things. But like so many aha moments where, you know, a contractor sold a high-end unit and then was pissed because they didn't know you had to use a proprietary thermostat. Like, what do you mean? It's in the manual. Did you not read the manual? How do you not know what you're selling? Like, I know we've talked about this, but here on page 54, you know, here's where it says you have to use this proprietary thermostat. Sorry, the homeowner wants to keep their Ecobee, their Nest, whatever they have, they can't. Unless you downgrade their equipment. So the bar is just set so low. I mean, if you show up with a good attitude, you give a damn, and you just try, you'll be fine in the trades, in my opinion. Like willingness to learn is huge.
Can we share a couple of? By the way, Trey wants some stickers. He wants some stickers, and then HVAC Strike Force, HVAC Sticker Force. Sorry, HVAC Sticker Force on Instagram says that ironically enough, they want some stickers as well. So
I was going to say, I thought he had some of ours. I thought we were one of the first posts he ever made.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can do, especially if you have stickers. I love a sticker swap. So, but yeah, I can send out some stickers. Absolutely. DM me on whatever platform. So.
DM me, hit her up. Mego Mac, MEGGOMACK, Mego Mac.
Yep.
On Instagram, on
TikTok, YouTube. You can also DM the Mechanical Environments count on any platform. So
Mechanical Environments. What's your favorite? Like, do you have like more? Like, do you like TikTok better than Instagram? Do you like Instagram? What do you like better?
So, in my opinion, every platform is its own little micro world. I personally am partial to TikTok. That's where my following is. I keep our TikTok page strictly from a woman's point of view. And I think it was Hoosier who really encouraged me to make a TikTok at one of the tactical awards. Because I was like, oh, I'm old. I hate learning new platforms. Like, I don't want to do another social media, right? And then, you know, I had gotten on there and like collected our news so nobody could post it. Yeah.
I'm going to interject here for a second. You're not old, okay? And I got to tell this to everybody who says that they're old. Everybody listening right now on all the platforms, there's a few people here in TikTok world. Listen, age is a mindset. I will just tell you, I love watching videos of 90-year-olds that are doing marathons and yoga. So whenever I hear anybody say, I'm so, and I'm not saying that you may not feel old. I'm saying it then becomes like a self-fulfilling kind of thing where all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, I feel old. And then you keep going old. And I had a friend who actually told me, he was like, yeah, basically I've accomplished everything in life so far. So like, I've accomplished everything. So it really doesn't matter at this point in time. I've had kids, I got married, I have a house, I have a job, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, stop. You're 41 years old, man. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you're not old. So it's very important that you do not say that about yourself, Megan McIntosh, Mego Mac.
I mean, for the record, I will be 39 this month. So
for the record, that's like so freaking young. You have no idea. I'm just letting you know. So young.
Well, when you do commercial HVAC work and you lift the amount of stuff onto roofs every day, my body feels it these days.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Becca from Viper actually chimed in here, giving us some hearts. She's on YouTube, I think. So, Mego Mac on all the platforms. Very, very cool. You do like TikTok, even though
I do like TikTok. That is my favorite platform. I feel like the influencer crowd is Instagram. The old boys are on Facebook. I love to argue with people on Facebook.
So like, yeah, it's so funny you say that too, like, because I would definitely say the vast majority of my audience is like, it was on Facebook, interestingly enough. And as I've gotten more, I'm on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough, joined here, I actually think there are actually more people that joined on YouTube than joined on Facebook or on the other platforms.
Nice. I even forget I have a YouTube. And it's only because everybody never knew if they were talking to me or Matt. So I was like, okay, I'll start logging in to my YouTube so people know it's me. And everybody can just assume Matt's running the Mechanical Environments YouTube. That way we can give us degree of separation.
Jackie HVAC said old balls. I don't know. That's probably a reference to was it Big Daddy? No, what was it? Big Daddy? I think it was Big Daddy. Was it Big Daddy? What movie was that?
I don't know. I can't retain movie quotes for anything.
Sorry. If anybody remembers it, it's Big Daddy. It's Big Daddy. Thanks,
nice.
Jackie. Very, very cool. So what else do you have to tell anybody in the world that you'd like to say? Use this platform for your own spreading of a good message, if you will.
I mean, we absolutely need more women in the trades in general, not just HVAC, but you do not have to turn wrenches. You don't need to be in the field to make a difference. I mean, Becca was in here earlier. Take Becca, for instance. Like, she happens to be here in Denver, Colorado with me. I have the honor of taking her out and do cleaning days with her so she can do content. And then I get to teach her some stuff. She gets to teach me some stuff. And then she takes the real world experience that she learns from those of us that she shadows to do content and takes those ideas back to refrigeration technology and is like, hey, why don't we have things like a 360 spray can? So she's literally making a difference, and she does social media, but she's making a huge difference for us by making our lives easier, by bringing products to market that we need.
I think she's probably a crap apprentice. I'm just going to say it. Like, I mean, great content out on the rooftops and stuff like that. And in the place. No, I'm just kidding around. Becca, I'm totally kidding.
We just need to not gab so much that we remember to put on sunscreen the days I have Becca on the roof. Sometimes we get a little burn up there.
So fun fact, there's 50 states. Okay. So, one of them is obviously Hawaii. What do you think the number one state in America is for per capita for skin cancer?
I would say the mountain towns are probably up there. Because we're so much higher to the sun. I mean, I can see the sun damage on my skin just from my time in Colorado.
Drum roll, please. What state?
Is it Colorado?
It's Colorado. Highest per capita.
I believe it.
Cancer. Colorado. Interesting story that I'll leave everybody with. Don't go side by siding or four wheeling in a state reservation park where you have to get hella vacked out if anything were to happen to you and you're 3 hours outside of Denver. Don't do that.
So you did that, I hear?
I had nightmares. So I went side by siding up in, it's called Wolferton. It's outside of Denver by about 3 hours.
Okay.
It's Wolferton Reservoir and but it's reservoir and park. And so the guy's like, here you go, sign your life away. Great. We're up and I mean, I'm like a novice rider with those razors, right? And I'm like, this is insane. I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna die up here. And it was 20. I couldn't turn around because the path's like this wide and the razor's this wide. So the side by sides. So it's like, okay, well, I'm screwed. Like literally, I'm harnessed in going like, we're gonna flip down this mountain. Like we're just not coming back. And go up through the mountain, and I'm like, there's got to be somewhere for me to turn around.
Yeah.
I couldn't turn around. Can't turn around. I mean, just couldn't do it. So it was too. So I had to go, and I didn't realize this. He's like, yeah, take a quick lap, come back around, and pick up your other kids. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was 21 miles. That's how long the thing was. We hit another weather pattern. Like when we got up high enough. It was really I even think about it now. I'm getting like my heart's starting to pound.
Yeah,
but don't do it. I have pictures. Maybe one day I'll post them. Literally like post-traumatic stress disorder, like total post. Literally, we would have had to gotten hella vacked out because there's nothing. Because Steamboat is an hour one direction on roads that are this wide, and then Denver's 3 hours the other way, or 2.5 hours. I mean, it's like, and I called the guy in the office. I'm like, this is like, pretty steep here. Like literally going 45. He's like, yeah, no, are you on the green? I'm like, yeah, I'm on the green, man. He's like, you're good. I'm like, dude, I'm like in the sky. He's like, yeah, you're fine. I'm like,
you're in the sky.
Okay, dude, this is a Coloradian thing. This is not hey, Lily actually, she got a bag. I got one more. Oh, your job is to nominate somebody for this veto bag this year. Everybody has to nominate. I'm going to put a separate post out. Nominate. So I'll just do it right after the show. Nominate somebody for the veto bag, and Cooper and Hunter is going to throw in some stuff too. So I'll do it tomorrow. Okay. So, very cool.
The weather does change pretty quickly because we have some facilities that are like in the foothills of like Boulder and all that, and it can change drastically quickly. And we're not even up in the mountains. So
it can. I will say HVAC Sticker Force now says on Instagram, I was wondering if you had any new ones. But yeah, you guys rock. So apparently this person has a lot of stickers. I would like some stickers. Very cool. Anything else you'd like to tell anybody, talk to anybody about? It looks like everybody's kind of popping in, popping out.
I mean, I feel like I had so many comments on different things you touched on. I mean, talking about hoarders, though, in a previous life, I did run a professional cleaning company and work with hoarders. So
no way. Oh,
yeah,
I gotta get a hoarder.
I can tell
story.
You stories for that.
Were they in houses?
Yeah, it was all resident. Well, it wasn't all residential work, but
and I'm gonna go like this, and you go. So I was in this house. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
So I was in this house. Yes. And yeah, so I ran a professional cleaning company and I worked with hoarders. And I mean, like, can't move in the house hoarders in some scenarios. I mean, people are fascinating. I really loved it. The dirtier, the better.
Psychological.
Yeah, it's all psychological because it really turns into, it's a psychological game with these people to talk to them about their possessions to try to clean up their messes, right? But so I was in this house. It was a job my boss sold, the owner of the company, and I don't know why she agreed to do it. This house needed condemned. Like, they had literally, I was shoveling shit out of this house. Like, it was that bad. So it was like a up and down duplex. So an apartment upstairs, apartment downstairs. It was a mother, son. We got told so many different stories. Mom died. Mom's in the hospital. I don't know. But the grandkid and one of his buddies are going to move in. But they need to clean it, right? Like, there is no cleaning this. This house needs burnt down.
Yeah, I'd light a match.
Like, holes in the roof, like raining into the building. There was like this back part to the kitchen where I stepped out on it and I thought the whole part was going to collapse. And I was like, nobody's allowed on that area. Like petrified animals in multiple locations. Like one cat got trapped in the cupboards above the refrigerator. Like, yeah.
Wait,
so you name it, I've
cat,
seen it.
The cat got trapped
Mhm.
in above the refrigerator?
Yeah. Somehow got into the cabinets, cabinet door, got closed, blocked, whatever. I don't know, to where the cat never returned.
How long did it take you to clean out this house?
So they bought like a bundle of time, and it was like, do what you can, you know, and it was to the point to where it was like, there was dogs remaining on the property that they had put in the backyard that like had mange, and like it was so bad that in the end it did end up getting reported, and all the neighbors thanked us because like the rat infestation, like it was so bad.
Wow. Mangy dog.
That was the only.
Did you find any dead carcasses, like animal carcasses in the house?
Oh yeah, little skeletons everywhere, whether it's, you know, actual mouse or a kitten or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, I still have some photos from that day.
It's psychological. I have a friend who's starting her own podcast now, and she's branching out, and so I forget if they call it like dumpster girls or whatever, and that's what they do. They do like quarter house cleanouts, and so they're starting on, and they haven't like recorded yet, but she was on here. She did a really cool episode last year, and she talked about all these people, and one of the things she talked about was like the therapeutic aspect that she likes to do with the actual owners of the property, where she literally will sit there and go, and she has a British accent, and she's like, you just have to let it go. You gotta just let it's time to let it go.
That doesn't work for everyone though.
You just have to, it's time. You have to let it go.
I mean, maybe if I had a British accent,
and then she's like walking around with like the thing that, you know, she's like, you know, got a coat on that the lady gave her or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, most people were in such a mental headspace that there's no way we could put a dumpster on site, because they would just go dumpster dive and bring it back into the house.
Oh, so, wow. Like, you got to drive it off.
Well, the way I would function is, because you can only do a couple hours of time with some of these people, right? Because that's all they can mentally handle. So I would like pre-organize and sort stuff the way I would function. And I would sit whoever and give them a pile. Like, your focus is this pile. Like, I'm not throwing anything away. I'm just pre-sorting to make your life easier to go through stuff. Here's a keep, here's a donate, here's a trash pile. You know, and anything that was trash, I literally took all that trash with me every day. Like, you don't get to go back through it. It is instantly in the car, and it is out of the house. There is no leaving anything that is trash behind, donations even, out the door that day. Whatever keep piles, we would go back through those keep piles and do it again. But yeah. And I mean, I listened to so much about like I've never watched Star Trek, never cared for Star Trek, but that was what one of these clients loved to talk about. So I would just ask all these questions and keep her going, you know, and I would also bring her rewards for like, hey, thank you for doing such a great job. Here's some treats, you know, let's have another kick-ass day today.
Oh, cool. So did you ever find a cash hoard?
Cash hoard? No, but I mean, some people just don't give a shit what's in their house when you walk in the door. I mean, lines of cocaine on tables, and, you know, going to pick up what you think is trash, and it's, you know, a McDonald's bag on somebody's coffee table, but that's where they're storing their vibrator for whatever reason right now. So yeah, you know, you name it, I've seen it.
I'll tell you the wacky part about it. There was this one guy who actually, so I was in this house and he had trash floor to ceiling. I was talking to him about his HVAC system, which was in a utility room that happened to be in the backside of the house. So I didn't really have to go through it, but I saw the house. And he was very aware and very humorous about the fact that he was like, I've got a few things in there. And so he built a little like sort of gazebo-ish tiki thing outside in his backyard, and that's where we like sat, and I was doing a quote for a new unit, and you know, he agreed, and so it was weird, like, you know, and he cleaned just that one room out because he knew that it had to happen. And he was kind of funny about it, right? So he knew, like, I have problems, I hoard, I keep all the trash and everything there, but but I ran this other call, and I was in this other house, and this woman, and there was kids in the house. They were like teenagers. They were doing homework at like desks or whatever.
Yeah.
They're literally sitting at a desk doing homework, and the woman is talking to me, and I had to like shimmy like this, like through all the rooms, like, because I couldn't really, there's like little tiny narrow walkway between each room, and everything was stacked really, really high. You couldn't see anything. And I just remember sitting with her, and she sort of like was haggly with me. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't care if you're haggly with me. It doesn't matter to me, but it was really odd. And she was oblivious, as if like everything, there was nothing around her. Everything was perfect. Like everything was clean. That's how she like seemed. And she was just like, almost like, I was blown away. Like most of the time they like, oh yeah, we haven't tidied up in a while. Haha. Or something stupid like that. No, this was like straight, like, I don't even know that I'm a hoarder. You just can't walk in my house.
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy to see how everybody defines clean too. Because, you know, some people
no, it's true.
clean before the cleaners come, so their house can truly be clean. And then there's others where, you know, I just pick up toys all day after the kids, or fold, you know, wash and fold clothes for 3 hours straight, because that's what you need help with, you know. I had a customer that literally had a second bedroom as her closet. And it was like, she would just try on everything in her closet, and then I would literally just hang clothes for this person.
Yeah.
I would literally just pick up all her clothes. That's what I had time for.
Weirdest one I ever had was where they had bedrooms, and each bedroom had a different type of color clothing in it. So like one room,
that's a level of OCD I can appreciate.
Had piles of no, it was like none of them were folded.
Piles though.
Yeah, it was a hoarder house. Piles of white clothes in one room, piles of like dark clothes in another room. It was very strange. Mountains.
Was their laundry being sorted?
No. There was stuff with tags on it still. Like it was there's some of
that too.
Mountains of clothing in each of the rooms, and they had a mentally sort of disturbed daughter, and I was doing a load calculation in the house. I had my laser measure. I'm like going room to room. I'm like, I took measurements downstairs in the ductwork and everything else. And then I went upstairs, and then they were like, you know, Jeannie, there's a really nice man here. You leave him alone. Okay. He's just taking measurements. And then I was like, okay. And then they go, oh, hey, they're not even upstairs. They're looking at me at the landing. And they're like, hey, listen, if she charges at you, just move out of the way. And I was like, what? And now I'm really interested. And so I look at the end of the hallway. It's like this like sort of center hall colonial. It's got like that hallway where you can see the hallway upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Brady, whatever. And my heart's starting to pound a little bit, and I'm like really excited actually. And I'm starting to go towards the room, and I got my laser measure out, and I'm like, all right, Jeannie, I'm just going to take some measurements here. And I walk into the room, and I see this hulking figure like rocking back and forth on the bed, watching a TV screen, like old school style, straight out of Twilight Zone, like rocking back and forth. And then she's got these like gristly, crazy hair, and she just stops rocking. And then she turns and she looks at me, and it was the craziest look I've ever seen. There was manic in her eyes. And I'm like, I'm just going to measure the room, Jeannie. And like, I took the laser measure, and she like turned at me, and then she just like turned back, and she went to go watch the TV back and forth. And I was like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it was.
See, when you say that, all I can picture is like my hoarders who had their like specific chair or whatever it is, their one station, right? And then around that station, because they don't shower or have good hygiene at all, is just literally like piles of dead skin around them, like just flaky white dead skin around where they sit.
Oh gosh, now that you bring it up,
I just picture that being how Jeannie was in her room, in her spot, watching TV.
Maybe, but she wasn't the hoarder. It was her parents that were the hoarders.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy part about it. After the whole thing, when I first got in the house, I looked in the back of the house. There was actually a Christmas tree that was still up, and it was like July. And and they had this one room off to the side that was actually clean. One room. So they were like, and then I started talking to them like, hey, what do you guys Sam says HVAC exorcist. So we're sitting down, we're going over everything, and then we're talking, and I'm like, hey, just out of curiosity, what do you guys do for a living? And I swear, I'm not even kidding you, this house was disgusting, filthy, it smelled so bad. He goes, I'm a physician. I was like,
the dirtiest people.
I was like,
I can
what?
contest to that.
And I was like, cool. We want to do some UV. We want to do some, photocatalytic oxidation, some hydrodeionization. What are we doing here? What kind of stuff are we doing to clean? What do we want? Electrostatic, like media air clean. Let's clean up the air. What are we doing? At least let me clean the air, right? And he's like, no, that's okay. We don't need any of that. I'm like, what kind of doctor are you? Like grizzly, like yellow teeth? He goes, oh, I'm a pathologist. Oh gosh.
Yeah, no, doctors 100% are the dirtiest people.
I just don't
see my thought about it is they have to be so sanitary at work and so precise at work that they come home and they just don't give a shit.
I don't know if I buy that at all.
Like that's what I have to tell myself though.
Yeah.
Like literally that's what I have to tell myself.
So Nasty HVACR says it takes a lot to make me go ick, but you both are doing it right now. Well, I'm glad. I'm really happy that this has affected you in some sort of way.
Sorry, Nasty.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat. I actually got to meet Pat finally at AHR this year.
Oh yeah. Isn't it so funny the people that you get to this is a great conversation. This has gone on for a while.
Yeah.
Isn't it so funny the people that you meet, right? Like I've met like so many people like online, see their stuff, talk to them, network, all this kind of stuff. And then you'd only meet them like once or twice a year. And then sometimes you don't even meet them once or twice a year. You just like don't ever meet them. And you're like, you feel like you know them. Like HVAC Slim came up to me. You know Slim?
I don't. Like, I know his name, but I don't know him.
Okay. He's incredible. Go to, I think it's HVAC Slim HVAC, whatever it is. He's like the most popular HVAC Slim on Instagram. I mean, he's got like a gazillion followers. He came up to me. We were at this in Vegas. We were at the Don't Tell Mamas, which is the greatest place in all of Vegas. It's a piano bar. It's literally a piano with a microphone, a couple microphones, and a bar. And there's lots of people that like to sing and have a good time. Sometimes they do show tunes and other stuff too. It's just like literally so much fun. And like he comes up to me and like we're all like hammered. And he's like, dude, I know you, man. Like I know you, dude. And I'm like, you know me, I know you. And I'm like, yeah, I know you. And now I get that like, and hey, it is what it is. Now, I was literally at Service World Expo, which was like 4 or 5 months ago. I was there and I got the chance to be on the stage there as the featured podcaster. And I'm not even kidding you. We were in the whole thing. And like, I was talking to somebody and they were like, I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I do this podcast. And he's like, no, I know, dude. I know. I got a couple really good episodes. I watch it. I listen to it. I was like, that's so cool, but yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ben,
people stop you in public is the weirdest thing where you're not expecting it.
Ben just comment. It's either Ben or Rebecca. I don't know, or per on parole with HVAC Tactical just stopped in. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping in right here. This is like the HVAC Tactical Lady of the Trade episode. This is a long episode. Nasty actually said he met me before Gil's podcast. Oh, that's pretty cool. Speaking of Gil's podcast, HVAC Uncensored. They're also an award winner for HVAC Tactical. This is like the podcast week. Gil's doing an AHR episode tomorrow. I will be a guest tomorrow on the HVAC Uncensored podcast. Hey, Ben, it's Ben. So if HVAC Uncensored, probably one of the most popular HVAC podcasts in the whole country. So anyway, if anybody's around, you can hear my stupid voice again tomorrow night. Also, since Ben's here, Ben, I threw it out there. I told you this was going to happen. I'm starting the post maybe tomorrow. Cooper and Hunter's throwing in. I got the veto bag that I'm going to be giving to the most worthy person, whether it's an apprentice or maybe somebody got stuff stolen or like a sad, heart-wrenching story that I want to hear that like I want to give it out to somebody who really, really, really will get good use out of this veto bag. Speaking of veto bag, I spoke to the owner, the creator of Veto. He is a talker. If anybody has ever met him, he's almost 80, by the way. And he is coming on for an episode. I think he wants to fly in and have one. He's super. I mean, he loves this concept and he just wants to tell stories. I bet you that episode is going to be like 2 hours.
He's a great storyteller.
Yes. Super cool. Grew up in New York. We come from the same yes, it will. Yeah, yeah. It most definitely will. It will land in very good hands. I promise.
Yeah. I
Yes,
watched an
Roger.
episode with the Jerks with him live at AHR one year, and his story was so fascinating, and I was beyond excited because he has a sculpture degree, which I have a sculpture degree. So talk about even weirder backgrounds. Yeah, I have a bachelor's of fine art in sculpture. So
You have a BFA in
I
sculpturing.
have a BFA in sculpture. Yeah.
You're like, you know that the commercials with like the Dos Equis guy was like the most interesting man in the world. You're like the most interesting woman in the world.
I like to say I'm on like my 5th lifetime, you know.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I don't see it leaving, you know, the trades at this point. So
No, I'm a lifer. Every time
Yeah.
I think I'm out, they pull me back in. But I did spend 2 years on the wholesale side. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something versus the contractor side. What a vacation. What a
Yeah, I dream
vacation.
about it some days.
It
How
was
easier
so
my life
all
was.
all you wholesale people out there that work in wholesale, manufacturing, distribution, you guys have it made, okay? Like it is awesome. It's a great world. So
Yeah, and again, you don't have to turn wrenches to make a difference. Parts houses need people. They need salespeople. Like there's so many aspects of the trades that you can be part of and still make a difference.
before we log off here, this is a great. I can't believe it's almost an hour and a half now, and we still got people coming.
I can
Sort of-
talk. Sorry.
It's been it's good. It's been in and out. I had a lot of audience participation. It's really what you want. Okay. What is one thing right now that you're looking forward to? Like one of your like, you know, like you're like a goal, you're like looking down the road, you're like, I gotta get there. What is it?
Oh man, goals. Just to keep my head above water. I wear so many hats, like it's exhausting. Right now, I would just be happy if my sleep is back to normal. After being at HR all last week and staying up way past my bedtime, my body is so unregulated right now.
Dude, I've been so tired.
Yes, like I like literally like just feel like a zombie every day still, and it's Tuesday. I've been back 5 days now, still don't have it together. But we were in like Madison, Wisconsin 2 weeks before that, with Thermistore and April Air essentially at their factories, helping them with their merger. And like, oh man, we've just been going where it's like, okay, I don't have a trade show for a minute. Hopefully I can get my shit back together.
Well, very cool. Mega Mac 2026 HVAC Tactical Lady of the Trade, Lady of the Year. You've done an incredible job. Don't forget when the nominations are open, you know, there's a podcast category, guys. There's a podcast. I know I'm not just HVAC. I get it, but there's a podcast category. Awesome. Super cool. Please watch out for the post from, I will tag and invite Tactical in there and Cooper and Hunter as well. And we're going to give away some awesome stuff. Very much appreciated. Great conversation. Mego Mac, you are always invited back on here at Mego Mac. And we will definitely see you. I don't know. I'm gonna see you tomorrow night on HVAC Uncensored. So HVAC Tactical, last thing. For the record, Megan is a big deal. Yes.
Oh my gosh, guys, stop.
Yes, Megan is a big
Pat
deal.
Finley,
So,
I'm gonna kick your butt.
very, very cool. Ben, I got to get down to Austin so we can do a part 2. We have a lot more to talk about. I'm very excited. This year is going to be the year. It's going to be incredible. So TikTok world, see ya. Instagram, see ya. And Facebook, YouTube, see you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mm-hmm.